Hello guys, and this is actually going to be a little bit of a different video. This is actually going to be how to find Minecraft strongholds, doing a bit of a different method. As you know, normally you usually have to just kind of like spam the Eyes of Ender, but I'm going to show you how you can do it with maximum 2 of them, but in most cases you're not even going to need to because it usually won't break the first time. So I'm doing it in creative to make it a bit simpler. I apologize for the GUI scale being so tiny. I don't know why it did this, but it kind of scaled it that way. You're also going to need to know how to kind of use the debug mode a little bit. So I'm going to suggest that you kind of practice this in creative a little bit. Pretty much what we're doing is we are going to be finding the strongholds using the fact that Eyes of Ender travel in lines, and you may recall, maybe you're a math person or not a math person, but maybe you recall from your algebra class that you can find an intersection of two lines if you find the equations of them. And luckily we have x, y, and z coordinates up in the corner. So I've also created a Java program, which of course you'll be able to run it since you have Minecraft installed. So I created a program that pretty much just needs you to enter in x and y coordinates. In this case, we're going to be doing x and z because the axes are shifted. It's kind of turned on its side. So altitude is y, and x and z is kind of like the north, south, east, and west, as indicated on the green, red, and blue kind of axes you see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to teleport to a point. You want to move far away from the origin because unless they've changed this recently, the strongholds all spawn 120 degrees apart in a circle away from the origin in some distance, roughly 120 degrees. So for that reason, you don't want to be super close, otherwise you may actually, you might start detecting other ones. I don't actually like one. I don't like 500. I think that's too close. So I'm actually going to move farther, even farther away. So I'm at 1000 x and 1000 z. As I said, y doesn't matter because the x and z are the north, south, east, and west. So pretend like z is treated as y because in the program I enclosed it asked for y coordinates. But I'll run you through how to use that as well. All the math is done in the program, so you don't have to worry about brushing up on any algebra. So for example, at the moment I have 1002.819 and 1001.213. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stand at some point far away. You're going to want to record these points. So I have a notepad document. I'm just going to real quick record these in a notepad document off the side. I think you can kind of see it open a little bit. And what you want to do is you want to record all these points. Okay, so record these first set of points. This first XZ point that you see here. Okay, and then you want to throw an Eye of Ender, and you want to see where it goes. So it's going over here. Try to get exactly overhead if you can. And then you want to close again, and you want to record these set of points, these new X and Z. By the way, the middle point here is Y. We don't care about that because Stronghold isn't tied to the altitude. It's only tied to the north, south, east, and west. Which, again, as I iterated, is the X and Z coordinates in that case. So like I said, you can treat Z like it's Y, and nothing bad will happen. It's ultimately like you're treating it as a different coordinate plane. Anyways, this is one set of points, but this will only give us one line. You might remember that handy-dandy little slope equation that they probably tried to hammer into you when you took algebra in high school. That's what this entire thing is based around, and there's ultimately different forms of finding it. So when I throw this, I also want to really iterate this. You want to make sure that when you go to your next point, which needs to be far away, and it needs to not be parallel to that line, otherwise you will not get anything good. But as you can see, I'm throwing them because I want to make sure that my Eyes of Ender are all going in the same direction as the line before. Which they seem to be, right? They all kind of look like they're pointing in the same direction. Which is really important, because if they start pointing in a different direction, that means it's actually pointing to a different stronghold. And then this method kind of falls apart. So it looks like we're far enough away, and we're getting a different line that is non-parallel to this one. So in this case, we're going to record these next set of points, okay? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit annotations on to the video to make it a bit easier to understand exactly what's going on here. But you're actually going to see that this is actually pretty cool when this all works out. So we're going to do the same thing. We want to record our 801.149 and our 488.616. We want to throw an Eye of Ender, and then we want to follow it underhead. Okay? And when we do that, we will now get 791.791. Looks like there's a repeating decimal there. So 791.791. And then for the other z coordinate, we have 497.351. Okay. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to minimize yeah, that's all my documents. So I'm going to I'm going to open up this program that I made, and I'll zoom in on it. And this program that I made, it'll ask for the points for line 1. So if you remember, I asked you to record 4 sets of numbers the first time around, when we first threw the Eye of Ender. This is where you're going to enter them. So as you see, I have y1 and y2. Pretend that's z1 and z2. So these will be your z coordinates. So your first point, which will be your first x and your first z, the first x was 1002.819 and 1001.213. Okay, then after we threw it, we found it landing at 992.286, and then 998.191. Okay, click on the enter button. A new window will pop up. You will now enter the next 4 sets of numbers that you just recorded. So 801.149. 488.616, and then 791.791, and then 497.351. Okay, hit enter. You'll get a little pop-up message which will tell you the coordinates of the line, and if the 2 lines that the Eyes of Ender made pointed in the same general direction, this should be true. If it didn't, then you may have gotten it where it pointed at a different one. This isn't a foolproof plan, but this does save you Eyes of Ender. If it works correctly, you will only have to throw 2 maximum. So what I'm doing right now is I'm typing down these numbers. Because unfortunately you can't copy and paste off of the message. So 428.51627, and then Z is 836.44106. Okay, just click OK to end that. I'll bring up Minecraft again, and we will teleport to these coordinates. So, and I keep putting in the brace there, which I don't mean to. So 428.5, it doesn't, Minecraft's lazy. It doesn't like to put anything past the 10th point when you teleport. So 836.4. Actually, I think it might read in. Let's see. Yeah, it does. I think it cuts off at the 1000th point is what it does. Okay, so 428 and 836. Now, look, guys. This might not be perfect. So when you throw it, be prepared to move a little bit farther. But look at this. this, when they go down like this, you know this means that there's a stronghold, which means this calculator actually worked. It functions. So if I break far enough down, look at this. Found a stronghold. We found the portal. So, yeah, guys. This is ultimately how to find the Ender portal with nothing more than 2 Eyes of Ender maximum. Look at that. I'm not gonna fight him, but I figured I'd show you this, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I will put a download link for the program that I put in, and you guys can download it. Also, I do want to throw this in. If you experience any glitches or errors or crashes with that program, do tell me, because I did program it, so I want to make sure that it's not broken. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.